Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to do a full review of this, what I consider an absolutely stunning EPOS Original 3500 SK. Now, this watch I just think is something very special. Now, EPOS is a manufacturer you don't really hear that much of, which I can't really understand because they've been around for almost a century now. And looking at their watches, they make some absolutely beautiful watches. Really, they have a real artistic flair, I think, to their watches. And this is, this absolutely is a testament to that, really. This one here, I think, is quite a, it's still high end, but it's a bit more accessible. So I believe they're about, for the UK, I think they work out, excluding VAT, well, with everything, around about £2,000 imported to the UK now. And it really is just a beautiful looking watch. Let me just, before I start off, let's get into some sizes actually of this watch, so we got an idea what we're looking at here. Now, let's see here. Now 41, but to be fair, around about 40, I think it is actually, because I'm on that nameplate there. And a very nice, basically 10mm. And let's get the lug to lug. Yeah, what we saying, around about 48mm. The bracelet size, sorry, the strap size on this is a 20mm. Now, this strap is nice, but I have been wearing it on a different strap. I'll drop in some pictures so you get an idea. But yeah, let's face it, the whole thing with this watch is that beautiful skeleton dial. Now, as you can see here, it's one of the few watches, when you look at the front, I would say it actually gives you a better view from the front than it does actually from behind. Because normally, quite often, you look at the back of the watch and it's always quite pretty when you have a beautiful display case showing the movement. But on this one, I love the fact that you can actually see the escapement working away here. It is absolutely lovely. It's, to be fair, the actual movement is a Unitas. It's a Unitas, I think it's a 6498. So you've got a power reserve of approximately 53 hours. And it's actually, looking at it, very similar, or if not the same, as the movement, which is, well, very similar, I'd say, to what's in my Panerai. But this has obviously had a, the full skeleton treatment and this lovely PVD coating on the actual skeleton there, which is really nice. I do, oops, my new light and camera rig is a bit of a pain. But anyway, I do love for a fact that when you wind this watch, it hasn't got a screw down crown, but you can actually see the mainspring tightening up, and I do like that. I think this is one of those watches where you can learn so much from how a watch actually works just by wearing this watch. I love that you can, you can see the mainspring tightening up. You then you can see it on the back here. That's your click spring, and then you've got your gear train running down to your escapement down here to your balance wheel. And I just think it's one of those watches you can learn a lot about watches just simply by looking at this. You get to see the gear train, the escapement, the mainspring, even the keyless works there. And it's something a little bit special. It's a bit more of a dressy watch looking at it. But I find I was wearing it on a different sort of like tan brown strap, which for me, I don't really wear a suit all that often, so it actually suited more that look than it did this look just for me. That's one reason why I haven't really marked the strap in any way, shape or form. But wearing a nice suit, I think this watch would look absolutely stunning. This is a 2021 limited edition. This I'm lucky enough to have #1 sent to me from EPOS to review. And it's one of those watches, I just think, really, I would have thought this kind of thing would sell out pretty quickly because it is just a super looking watch. Obviously, it is a manual wind watch. As we can see, there is no rotor back there. And I like a manual watch because you kind of, you feel more connected to the watch, I find personally. Now, the actual case design of this is lovely and sharp. It's all PVD coated, apart from, you see how you got his name plaques on there. It isn't a screw down crown. We do have a signed crown there. And I say it's 20mm strap width there. But it is very sharp. How they've done the work here, very sharp. You do have a mirror finish to that black. And obviously on the back we do have a screw down exhibition back. But look at the size of that movement, even down to the fact that the balance spring comes slightly further past the actual display case. That's how much they've literally shoehorned this movement into there, and it just looks amazing. It reminds me a little bit of the IWC Portuguese, where you've literally got the watch is just complete movement. There's no real case holding the movement in there. It's almost like they got the movement and they just sculpted the body around the movement. I love the fact that you can see all the jewels on the back. It just looks really good, and it is absolutely full. The other thing as well is with the skeleton movement, this, you can actually see through it. Now, I've got one, I think I've only got one watch at the moment, skeleton movement, and you can't see through it, not like that. And it just looks amazing. So there you go. The actual dial and the hour markers and so forth are all, well, let's face it, there is no dial, it's transparent. But the chapter ring is what holds on the hour markers there. And I even love the kind of font they used on the hour markers. And everything's kept simple. You just got the EPOS at the top there. And it's just really nice and simple. The hour markers do have lume on them, albeit there's not a lot of lume on this watch, but obviously it isn't that kind of watch. And you just have the minute hand, sorry, the second hand at the 9 o'clock position there, just doing its thing. But I think it's absolutely, it just really is a classy looking watch. You know, we come out here, we have a nice little pin clasp with the EPOS logo on there. Let me put it on the wrist so you got an idea of what it looks like. I'm wearing a, let me zoom out here, I'm wearing a Rolex Milgas at the moment. Let's take this off. Oh, one thing I should say actually about this watch is its timekeeping. Now, I've been getting around about 1 second a day. Absolutely amazed with its timekeeping. They've done a really good job. Oh, sorry. They've done a really good job on regulating it. Let's put this on. Now, my wrist size is 7 1/4, and it looks, I think, right. I think this watch suits a numerous amounts of different wrist sizes, but it just looks so nice. I think they have got a really beautiful watch here. To get a proper sort of like skeleton movement from a well-known Swiss brand, I think for this price is excellent. I think they've really done a nice job here. Yeah, absolutely lovely. If I know, if I had to say any negatives, and I'm being nitpicky, is obviously the strap isn't quite for me, because I do a manual job, so for me I'd want this more on a more casual strap. But that's the beauty, you can just change it over. Maybe a little bit of lume outside, but to be fair, I'm being so nitpicky there, because the watch, I'm struggling to come up with any negatives. So I don't know, but what do you guys think? Is this the kind of watch you'd actually own? Would you guys go for something like this? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks. Bye.